Melania is not now, or hasn't recently taken part in her husband's political events. It's not comfortable for her.
The case where if they can do this to me, they can do this to anyone.
It could happen to anyone who commits crime.
Breaking news. Kimmel declares Melania Trump a snowflake and a sociopath in one breath. But wait, there's more. He's got the scoop on what's really going on in the Trump bedroom. Meanwhile, Colbert's counting Trump's legal troubles like empty beer cans after a frat party.
This is truly an historic moment as Donald Trump becomes the first U.S. president convicted of a crime. Although,
want to know just how many cases the Don's juggling? Keep watching for the full tally and more laugh out loud moments. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great. Thank you so much. Now, back to the video. Jimmy Kimmel's been at it again, folks. The late night funny man's been taking shots at the Trumps like it's target practice, but this time he's got his sights set on the First Lady herself, Melania Trump. Watch out. Kimmel's got some choice words for you, and they're not exactly compliments. So picture this. Kimmel's standing there, microphone in hand, that mischievous grin on his face. You just know he's about to drop a zinger. The audience is on the edge of their seats, waiting for the punchline. And boy, does he deliver. He calls Melania Trump a snowflake and a sociopath in the same breath. Talk about a 1-2 punch. Now, you might be thinking, whoa, Jimmy, isn't that crossing a line? But let's be real, this isn't Kimmel's first rodeo when it comes to roasting the Trump family. He's been poking the bear for years, and the bear keeps giving him more material. It's like Christmas every day for comedians with the Trump circus in town. Can you imagine Melania's face if she heard this joke? Picture those infamous squinty eyes getting even squintier, her lips pursed tighter than a clam at high tide. You'd think she'd be used to it by now, given how often her hubby ends up as the butt of late night jokes. But Kimmel wasn't done. Oh no, he had more up his sleeve. He coined a new term just for Melania: snowpath. What's that, you ask? Well, let's break it down. Snow from snowflake and path from sociopath. It's like a comedy portmanteau, if you will. Kimmel's basically saying Melania's got the sensitivity of a snowflake mixed with the charm of a sociopath. Ouch! The audience went wild, of course. Laughter, cheers, maybe a few gasps from the pearl clutchers in the crowd. But that's what Kimmel does best. He pushes buttons, he makes people uncomfortable, and he gets them talking. Now, you might be wondering how the MAGA crowd is taking all this. Let's just say they're probably not thrilled. But hey, that's show business, baby. Kimmel's been taking shots at Trump and his family for years, and he's still standing. Maybe he's got some kind of comedy force field protecting him from Twitter rants and angry rallies. But here's the thing, Kimmel's not just throwing out insults for the sake of it. There's a method to his madness. He's using humor to point out the absurdities of our current political situation. It's like he's the kid in The Emperor's New Clothes, saying what everyone's thinking but afraid to say out loud. And let's be honest, with all the drama surrounding the Trumps, comedians like Kimmel have hit the jackpot. It's like they've been handed a never-ending supply of comedy gold. From Trump's legal troubles to Melania's apparent desire to be anywhere but the White House, there's always something new to joke about.
Country for tomorrow.
Yes, disappearance. It was as if they caught her in a glue trap at Saks Fifth Avenue and dragged her there.
But hold on to your mega hats, folks, because Kimmel's not the only late night host taking swings at the Trumps. Stephen Colbert's jumped into the ring, and he's got some zingers that'll make you spit out your covfefe. Now, Colbert's always been known for his sharp political wit. He's like a human cheese grater, shredding politicians' egos faster than you can say fake news. But lately, he's been focusing on one particular target, the Donald's legal troubles. And boy, does Trump have a lot of those. Colbert's been having a field day with Trump's mounting cases.
The case where if they can do this to me, they can do this to anyone.
It could happen to anyone who commits crime.
He's comparing them to everyday objects, and it's hilarious. Trump's got more cases than a lawyer's briefcase at an airport security checkpoint, Colbert quipped. The audience loved it, laughing so hard you'd think they were at a tickle fight convention. But Colbert wasn't done. He kept piling on, each joke funnier than the last. Trump's got more cases than a Scrabble factory, he said, and you could practically hear the rim shot. It's like Colbert's playing a game of how many ways can I say Trump's in deep doo-doo, and let me tell you, he's winning. Now, some folks might say it's not fair game to joke about someone's legal troubles, but come on, this is Trump we're talking about. The guy who turned the White House into a reality TV show. If he can dish it out, he should be able to take it, right?
On Thursday evening, Donald Trump was found guilty on all 34 counts.
Besides, Colbert's got a history of Trump takedowns. Remember when he called Trump Putin's cock holster back in 2017? That joke caused quite a stir, with some calling for Colbert to be fired. But our boy Steven didn't back down. He's like a comedy Terminator. He just keeps coming back with more jokes. So what's Colbert's killer punchline this time? Brace yourselves, because it's a doozy. Trump's got more cases than a beer factory during Oktoberfest, Colbert declared, and the crowd went wild. You could practically hear the mic drop from here. It's clear that Colbert, like Kimmel, has found a goldmine in Trump's troubles. They're mining that comedy ore for all it's worth, and the audience can't get enough. It's like we're all addicted to laughing at the powerful, isn't it? But here's the thing, these comedians aren't just in it for the laughs. They're shaping public opinion, one joke at a time. They're the jesters in the court of public opinion, speaking truth to power through punchlines. And let's be honest, sometimes a well-timed joke can cut deeper than any serious critique. So what's next in this circus of political comedy? Will Colbert keep hammering away at Trump's legal woes? Will Kimmel find new ways to roast the Donald and Melania? Only time will tell, but one thing's for sure. As long as politicians keep doing dumb things, comedians will keep making us laugh about it. Alright folks, buckle up because we're about to dive into the mystery that's got everyone scratching their heads. Where in the world is Melania Trump? It's like a real-life game of Where's Waldo, but instead of a striped shirt, we're looking for designer sunglasses and a permanent scowl. Both Kimmel and Colbert have noticed that the former First Lady has been more MIA than a teenager's homework on a Monday morning. Is it just a coincidence, or is Melania pulling a Houdini on us?
As you can see, their table was roped off, but it's unclear if that was to keep people away or to prevent her from fleeing.
The late-night hosts are having a field day with this disappearing act, coming up with theories wilder than Trump's hair in a windstorm. Remember when Melania vanished for 20 days back in 2018? People were losing their minds, coming up with all sorts of crazy ideas. Was she in a secret bunker? Did she finally escape to a Slovenian spa? Or was she just hiding from her hubby's tweets?
In fact, it says that on election night, Melania was in tears and not of joy. First ladies, they're just like us.
Well, folks, she's at it again, and this time the comedians are not letting her off the hook. Kimmel's got a theory that Melania's actually been there all along, but she's perfected her invisible First Lady technique. He joked, she's standing right next to Donald, but she's mastered the art of not being seen. It's like she's wearing a cloak of I don't care, doo-oo.
Reports say that Melania has been so reluctant to re-enter public life that the former president had to beg her to be seen in public with him.
The audience ate it up like it was the last slice of pizza at a frat party. Colbert, on the other hand, thinks Melania's absence is all part of a grand plan. He quipped, she's not missing, she's in training. By 2024, she'll be able to disappear completely the moment Trump announces he's running again.
I have a wonderful wife who has to listen to this stuff all the time. They do that for this reason. They do that, all these salacious names.
Ouch, that's gotta sting more than a spray tan gone wrong. But here's where it gets really interesting, folks. These comedians aren't just throwing out random jokes. They're using Melania's absence to shine a spotlight on the bigger picture. It's like they're saying, hey, if the First Lady can just vanish without anyone batting an eye, what else is slipping under our radar? Or they're poking fun at how easy it is for powerful people to dodge accountability. One minute they're there, the next they're gone, leaving us all scratching our heads and wondering what the heck is going on. It's like a magic trick, but instead of pulling a rabbit out of a hat, they're making our attention disappear. So what's the real reason behind Melania's vanishing act? Is she fed up with the political circus, planning her great escape? Or maybe she's just really good at hide and seek? The truth is, we don't know, but that's not stopping our late night jesters from having a field day with it.
Pretty sure the only thing she reads is her prenup over and over again. I do love it. I do find it.
In the end, whether Melania's sipping margaritas on a private beach or hiding in a secret White House closet, one thing's for sure. Her absence is speaking volumes, and our comedic truth tellers are making sure we hear every word of that silence. So what's the deal with Trump? The guy's usually louder than a foghorn at a library, but now he's quieter than a mouse in church. It's like someone unplugged his megaphone or something. Maybe he's lost his voice from all that yelling at rallies. Or maybe he's just busy trying to find Melania. Who knows? But here's the thing, Trump's not tweeting. Can you believe it? It's like seeing a fish out of water, except the fish is orange and has weird hair. Remember when he'd fire off tweets faster than a teenager sending emojis? Those were the days, huh?
Federal equal time rule to declare that anti-Trump material broadcast by Saturday Night Live, Jimmy Kimmel, Stephen Colbert, and others was somehow illegal.
Now, it's all crickets from the former tweeter-in-chief. You gotta wonder what's going through his head right now. Kimmel and Colbert are roasting him and Melania like marshmallows at a campfire, and he can't even tweet back. It's like watching a boxing match where one guy's got his hands tied behind his back. Not that Trump was ever great at comebacks, but at least he tried, right? Imagine if Trump still had Twitter. Oh boy, it'd be a tweet storm for the ages. He'd probably call Kimmel Lying Jimmy or Unfunny Kimmel. And Colbert, he'd be Crazy Colbert or Low Rating Steven. Trump's got a real knack for these kindergarten level insults, doesn't he? It's like he's got a book of my first insults hidden in his golf bag. Remember when Trump used to go after these guys all the time? He'd be up at 3 a.m., probably eating a Big Mac, tweeting about how unfair and nasty the late night hosts were. It was like clockwork. You could set your watch to his Twitter tantrums.
States was so upset about my jokes that I made about him, he directed his staffers at the White House to call Disney.
Now it's like the clock stopped and we're all waiting for the next tick. So, what's Trump gonna do? Is he plotting his revenge in some dark corner of Mar-a-Lago? Maybe he's writing a strongly worded letter. Or maybe he's just sitting there, face getting redder and redder like a tomato left out in the sun. You can almost see the steam coming out of his ears. But here's the kicker, Trump's team hasn't said a peep either. It's like they've all taken a vow of silence or something. Maybe they're all hiding under their desks, hoping this will all blow over. Or maybe they're busy trying to find some way to make Trump look good. Good luck with that, folks. So what does all this comedy kerfuffle really mean? Well, it's like the emperor's new clothes, isn't it? These comedians are pointing out what we all see, but some people are too scared to say. Trump's got more legal troubles than a soap opera has evil twins. And Melania is playing the greatest game of hide and seek in history.
Melania is not now, or hasn't recently taken part in her husband's political events. It's not comfortable for her.
And all we can do is laugh about it. Well, folks, it looks like the late night comedy shows have become the new political battleground. Kimmel and Colbert are throwing punches left and right, and poor old Trumpy can't even tweet back. It's like watching a one-sided pillow fight, except the pillows are filled with jokes, and the only one getting hit is Trump's ego. But here's a thought, are these jokes just harmless fun, or are they actually shaping what people think? Maybe Trump should stick to Truth Social. At least there he can pretend everyone's laughing with him, not at him. Speaking of laughs, if you thought this was funny, just wait till you see our next video. Trump goes mad after Jimmy Kimmel and Stephen Colbert exposed Melania with one word. Trust me, it's gonna be huge.